Hi, and welcome to the Best Buy blog. My name is Ray, and in this video, I'll be reviewing the Latte Art Master Printer. Get ready to take your coffee drinks to the next level with this Latte Art Printer available at Best Buy Canada. In the box of the Wish I Lo Latte Art Master Printer, you'll find the printer itself, its power cord, and a corded webcam. That's that little guy to the right. What you will not find in this box is your edible ink printer cartridges. The brand will send you those separately, for free, to ensure that they're still fresh when you buy your product. To set it up, you install the ink into the top of the beverage printer. This process is really similar to installation in just a standard inkjet printer. They're clicked into place at the top of the machine after you register them on the device. I actually had to gently push the printer check a little to the left before I was able to get the cartridge in. You can see here it's just too wide to go into the machine's standard setting position. So it felt a little unnerving to do so, but once I just sort of gently moved the track over just a little bit to the left, it clicked right into place and it was very easy to get everything set up. From there, you can add photos either through this QR code where you can upload photos to the device, or you can take them on the webcam, upload them through the back of the machine, or use anything that's already on the machine itself. This product is primarily described as a latte art printer, but if you actually read the product description on the Best Buy website, you can see that it's used for a lot more than that. So I wanted to test out as much as possible. The brand says that you can print on coffee, beer, lattes, and select desserts. Basically just anything that is very regular shaped, flat on top, and small enough to fit on the device's printing plate. For this review, I tested out a bunch of different surfaces to figure out what worked best, including dry foam on a latte, wet foam, also known as microfoam, on a latte, cold milk, steamed milk, paper, tissue, crema. I put the work in. What I found was that this printer excels at printing on microfoam specifically. It can print on a couple other things, but it really works best on something that is either smooth or very, very dense with those tiny little bubbles. So microfoam is great. It would also be really nice to use on like a basic flat top dessert. Something like a Chinese egg tart would be perfect. On microfoam, like you can see here, you get this really crisp, clear result. That was my family dog. His name is Boot Boot. He's very cute. We love him very much. One thing that I did want to note though is that the bottom of this machine is open. You can see the printer as it works, and that means that it might not be the best for home use depending on who's in your home. If you've got little kids that like to climb up on the countertop, if you've got curious little cats, it's very easy to get something caught in this machine while it operates, and it doesn't have any auto-off safety functions. For your best results, you really want to pick something simple that's nice, smooth, densely foamy top. As you'll see in the next couple of examples, when you work with something that's too frothy, where the bubbles are too big, the image will degrade as they pop. And for things that are more bubbly and frothy, as opposed to a microfoam, the degradation happens very quickly. Similarly, if you're putting the image straight onto a liquid, this example that you're seeing right now is just cold, regular milk. As the dye, which is a liquid, settles into the liquid body, for instance, the milk, it'll just slowly disappear. So it comes out really beautiful and super crisp as it's printed. And then within about a minute, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, the image will sink into the rest of the liquid. For me, the flavor of this printer ink is largely unnoticeable for most of the image. In areas where it's more concentrated, you might notice that it tastes very slightly bitter, just like any other dye would. It's actually a dark green food dye, and it looks brown on microfoam and on froth and desserts and stuff like that, but as it dilutes, for instance, while you're rinsing your grass, you might notice that it's actually like a very dark forest green. I used the included webcam to take a selfie and then print that selfie onto a mocktail that I made at home. I did notice that in the dark part of the image on the right-hand side of this cup, I could taste the dye just a little when I was only getting the cold foam into my mouth. I even used this printer on a mocktail. It's sort of a fruit juice and lime on the bottom, and then this sweet almond cold foam on top. If you like mocktails, try something like this. It's really good. The cold foam wasn't perfect for latte art printing, but I think that it did turn out quite well. One last thing to note is that the Wish I Lo Latte Art Master Printer is unusually big. It's taller and deeper than the average coffee machine or espresso machine. It actually doesn't fit under my kitchen cabinets while in use. I have to pull it forward first. So while I don't know that this would necessarily be a great fit for every home kitchen or every coffee bar, I think that could really be fun in more of an event space, something like a wedding, a fundraiser, a cafe. For more on this small appliance, make sure to check out my full review at the Best Buy blog. Thanks for watching.